Been following the show recently, you know that we have a weekly conversation with BYU quarterback, soon to be NFL, maybe number 2 draft pick, Zach Wilson. Each week on his path to the NFL draft, we discuss pro day a few days after, the ideas of playing for the Jets, 49ers, and who is his toughest critic after pro day. Here's Zach Wilson on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Zach, first and foremost, congratulations on a very successful pro day. How would you explain the ambiance and the atmosphere to somebody that didn't get a chance to see you perform there with what was going on in the indoor practice facility?
It was exciting. I just heard news about Mike assignment. How awesome. That's exactly what you need from these pro days. It's so exciting. That's what we do it for. And this whole thing's been crazy. If I was to describe it to someone, I would just say, BYU's probably got one of the best atmospheres as far as a pro day goes. The setup is awesome. They definitely take care of us, and then everybody performed super well. I thought everyone tested well. We saw some super athletic 4.3s, and Brady Christensen was crushing all of his stuff, and so it was just a good day overall.
Yeah, it was a great day, and I called it one of the biggest days in BYU football history because of the attention that the group got. Obviously, a lot of that, and the majority was on you. And NFL Network is live for 2 hours, and we were live for 2 hours. So leading up to Pro Day, Zach, how did you handle the pressure of that? Because obviously there's like millions of dollars at stake here, and you're going to be a top pick, but you wanted to have your best performance, and it felt like you had a great performance. But how did you handle that pressure going in?
Yeah, just understanding that most of the tough work has been done. Just understanding that I just got to go out there and show those guys what I got. Don't make it more than it is. It's really just solidifying what I've already showed. And, really, it was just putting all the pieces together.
Zach, you said that you wanted to do some things better. What specifically are you remembering of the things that you wanted to do better at Pro Day?
Yeah, I missed some throws. I wish I could have hit some throws. I wanted to run. I wanted to do some of the testing stuff. Unfortunately, wasn't filling up to it. But, I wish I would have made some of those easier throws. I was able to make some of the off-platform crazy throws. But, just to, of course, I expect to be perfect out there. So, I wish I had some back.
The one throw, and there were several like it, but the one throw that the NFL put out as of yesterday had 3.6 million views. And Trevor Lawrence is saying sheesh, and Des Bryant and Johnny Manziel, and everyone's talking about it. What was it like to have that reaction to a single throw from you?
Well, it's cool. It's cool that those guys notice, obviously, but, it also doesn't mean much, right? You just kind of try to put on display, but, you got to do that kind of stuff in the game. So we'll see once game time comes.
Did you feel like you showed what you could do? Because obviously there were some, sort of more regular-ish throws, but you wanted to, like you said, throw out platform, throw the arm, different arm angles in there. Did you feel like you showed what you can do?
Yeah, no doubt. The goal from day one was, what is something I feel like I can do that other guys can't, or, that isn't natural or comfortable for other guys. That's comfortable for me, to throw posts across my body and digs and sidearms and stuff like that. So, I was going to make sure I had a good amount of that in there to show coaches what makes me different, what kind of makes me special in that way. And, for me, you're just expected to make the easy, drop back, clean pocket throws. You're just expected to make those. I wanted just to show, if things break down, I can make something out of nothing.
Zach Wilson with us on BYU Sports Nation as part of his path to the NFL draft just a few weeks away. Zach, when you see your picture on the tabloids of New York City newspapers, what goes through your mind?
It's crazy. It's fans overreacting already. I already know it's going to be crazy, but it's exciting, and I'm super pumped for the draft. I'm excited for, whatever team has that interest in me.
Well, then there's the idea that San Francisco trades up from number 12 to number 3. So your face starts showing up on some West Coast papers and projections as well. How does that affect you as you approach the NFL draft mentally, knowing that is it going to be New York? Is it going to be San Francisco? Literally coast to coast is where it feels like you're going to end up.
Yeah, it's really just a dream. It's what a great opportunity. I'm so grateful to be in this position, and really no matter which way it goes, whether it's those two teams or any teams, I'm super excited just to be here. And I'm really going to give it everything I have, no matter who drafts me, just to flip that team around and be able to make something special out of it.
So I assume this was the first time in person you've talked to some people you've talked to via Zoom. Was that the case?
Yeah, for sure. It was the first time I saw all those coaches. I talked to a good amount of them, everywhere from, the Jaguars, Jets, and Niners and Broncos and Eagles. I got to see all those guys face to face, which was cool, to be able to get to know them. And then even some I haven't talked to, that also have interest. I was able to, say hello and put a name to a face. So it was great to be able to, get that interaction actually in person.
And I assume the Falcons were involved as well?
Yeah, Falcons were involved as well.
Yeah.
That was one
I almost felt bad for the Falcons, Zach, because the Niners slide into 3, and they were all there, which was really interesting. I want to ask you about Darrell Bevell, too, because he's a guy that's actually hung out in the offices at BYU. He's a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He's been here. He knows some people. His daughter plays on the softball team. So had you already had interactions with Bevell, like, the last couple years before?
I haven't. No, not until I think maybe my uncle might know him down the road a little bit, BYU connections and stuff. But first time I talked to him was just my interaction with him with the Jags Zoom meeting. And,
gotcha.
He's a great dude. I like him. He's a good dude.
Zach, with the celebrity and fame that has just been thrust upon you over the last few months comes the challenge issued from you yourself and your parents to try and remain in the moment and stay humble and grateful. How do you do that when everybody around you is telling you you're so great?
Yeah, my dad does a good job of telling me I'm not so great. He's the one that pulls it back for sure. He was the first one when I was like, "Hey, what'd you think of the pro days?" It was all right. It could have been better. And I need to hear that sometimes. I need to be able to tell myself, it could have been better, and I definitely agree. So it's good to have someone that's real like that in my corner, and someone that's always going to make me, understand that there's always improvement.
Was it was it fun? Was it awkward because it's kind of quiet and everyone's watching, and then some people start clapping sometimes? What was that like when you were throwing, or were you in the zone like you were in a game?
Yeah, we were for sure in the zone. It was a little tense at first. I'm not gonna lie. When it was dead silent in there, it was cool that guys started clapping because that definitely loosened everybody up a little bit because. It was tense at first. It was very quiet. We felt like we had to go super fast. We didn't want to be standing around, and but it was exciting overall.
What went into the script that you came up with John Beck to be able to display what you can do?
Yeah, well, it really started off with the base routes. It was just, corner post, over routes, digs, all that kind of stuff. But then it was like, okay, well, let's say the tackle gets high pressure right here. I have to step up and throw this on the run to my right, or I got to get out to my left. How can I make this throw, still on time, on target, but, let's do it in this fashion, because this is game-like. I wanted to make everything game-like. I wanted to show, sometimes in a game, you're going to be in those awkward positions and you're going to have to try and make throws like that.
Did you add to that, and did any teams ask you to do more after?
No, they didn't ask us to do anything after. I really think it was just because we had a little bit of everything in that entire script. We started with the short stuff, the timing routes, the under center play actions, the gun RPOs. We had a little bit of everything, I think, in that script. So I think guys were happy with what they saw as far as just, what we threw at them.
BYU quarterback Zach Wilson preparing for the NFL draft on BYU Sports Nation. Zach, what do you anticipate will be the most difficult part about your transition into the pro game?
Yeah, I really think, just getting used to the flow of the game. I mean, it's different. It's hard to say right now. Once I get to that position, I'm definitely going to know what I got to work on. I think just adjusting to the offense, where I'm living, my teammates, my coaches, being able to just be that young kid in there that's in there, taking leadership roles and stuff. It's going to be awesome. I look forward to it. So it's going to be exciting.
About 6 weeks or so ago, we talked with you about what the best fit might be in the early, offerings of this process. And you mentioned the Niners. And Niners fans got really excited. And then we kind of look at the Jets, now at 2, and now the Niners at 3. And Jets are Niners light because they have Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur is the offensive coordinator, who's the passing game coordinator. So when you said Jets or Niners, I guess that could fit Jets too, right, in terms of system. Perhaps they run a similar system and both could be a good fit. What do you think?
Yeah, no doubt. They're very similar systems. I think, as I started learning about different offenses, you start to realize every team kind of grabs from everybody. There's a little bit of everything now in every team in the NFL. Unfortunately for me, I feel like all the teams that are projections from, pretty much the whole first round. I feel like I can fit in every single system that there is. I feel like there's something for me in every single one, so honestly, my bias has swayed, and then really, I'm really just looking at, situation, what's best for me. And I think that's all going to work out by itself, once I think God has a plan. So wherever I end up landing, it'll be great.
Zach, you were quick to bring up your former teammate Micah Simon. We're certainly excited about his prospects with the Carolina Panthers. You talked about Brady Christensen's numbers.
Oh, my gosh, he was incredible.
Who else do you think surprised in a good way on Pro Day that you expect to turn some heads in the NFL?
Yeah, I think Matt Bushman obviously did a great job. I honestly got to say all 4 receivers did an awesome job. I think Aleva just showed how smooth he is as a catcher and a route runner. Obviously, Dax did his thing, is showing how quick he is off the line. He ran a pretty good 40 time, I thought, as well, for what he was hoping for. So I think all those guys are going to get, some great opportunities. Even look at, Vika or Chris, how fast those guys are. Vika's such a great athlete. So I'm excited for all these guys in general. I think every single one of them is going to get a shot.
We've buried the lead here. What were you listening to on your headphones?
Chris Brown, of course, and Justin Bieber's new album. So.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
And so what kind of mood are you hoping to be in? Because some guys need a certain energy that they want to go into a game with, right? So what are you hoping for? Like, how would you describe the energy you're trying to get from that music?
Yeah, just cool, calm, and collected. Something that just keeps your spirits up, keeps you happy, and then just keeps you nice and calm. I'm not a big hard metal rock fan or anything like that. I'm going to listen to nice, R&B, something smooth that's just going to keep you, in the flow, kind of bob in your head,
Was that the same kind of music you listened to pregame this season and same artist?
Yeah. Same kind of thing. I listen to that R&B, mix of, the Chris Browns and Ushers and,
yes,
all that kind of thing. Love it.
Didn't you go to a concert before the pandemic or something? Was it Chris Brown?
I went to a Chris Brown concert. Yeah, my girlfriend got me tickets to a Chris Brown concert, so it was awesome.
That's awesome.
Zach, I knew I liked you, but now I understand why there's a connection. I'm a believer, and I'm proud to rep, man. Let's go.
Yep. Hey, I gotta get tickets to the new concert. Whenever that is. I don't know when it is, but I got to get tickets.
Zach, I'm pretty sure you'll afford it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you have somebody that can help you out with that. I'll step in and do what I can if you have trouble getting those tickets.
That's like when we talked to Troy Warner last year. Zach, we'd be like, does Fred pay for everything when you get together, or do you ever split the bit? Yeah.
All right, Zach, I just want to ask one question. It's a little bit off the radar, but it was something I was thinking about listening to you talk about. I wish I could go back and make these throws, do some things differently. If you could go back and replay one game in your BYU career, and it doesn't even have to be a loss. It could be a win. You just want to go back and experience it again because it was so much fun. Which game would you go back and replay, and why?
Well, that's tough. I'd honestly Coastal Carolina was obviously one we went back this past year, but then I really think back over my career, and I don't know if there was a more disappointing loss than the Utah loss my freshman year, in 2018, being up at halftime, the emotions of how close we were, and then just momentum completely flipping and us losing that game. I think that's definitely one I'd want to redo.
Yeah. How does that shape you? How did those disappointing experiences shape you?
You learn a lot of good, moments, and you learn a lot of good things about those situations. I threw some bad interceptions in those games. There was things I had to, overcome and be able to keep, fighting through, and so many things I learned, about pass pros and ball placement and all that kind of stuff. So, I would love to be able to go back and play that again.
Zach, how would 2020 at Utah have gone?
You know what? I would love to have my opinion, but you never know unless we play it. So we'll have to get a scrimmage or something sometime.
I know.
Maybe an alumni game down the road. We'll get both sides back together.
Yeah, but there'll be bad knees and shoulders, and it'll be flags, and it just won't be the same. But we can dream, right? Yeah.
Hey, Zach,
we can dream.
Great to catch up with you, man. Again, I'll let you know about the Justin Bieber concert tickets later.
I'm in. Let's go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jarom wants. He's a concert guy too. So apparently we're all going together. Zach's like, get me off this phone call right now.
Zach's like, I gotta go.
No, I didn't promise anything. Zach, thanks again for the time, man. Congratulations on Pro Day.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Zach Wilson on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.